Okay, so I've got to clean the garage out. Got to clean the garage out, move sister's car out, move the bike, put the bike in front so that when I put her car back in here, when she gets home, she can just move her car out. Because currently there's not enough space. But anyway, before I do any of that, or after I do all of that, well, let me just give it to you like what I'm trying to do. As you can see, the car is sitting up, and I don't know if you get the chance to look at these videos, but what I currently have going on is the exhaust is dropped and that hitch has been installed. Now the hitch isn't fully installed because the last part of the installation requires a I believe a 3/4 inch drill bit. Actually, it's sitting right here in the instructions. It looks like 17 by 30 seconds. I know you can't see that because this camera goes to shit when you try to focus on small things. But there's two holes, one here, one on the other side, same spot, and there's the frame underneath, which obviously is solid. So you'll need to drill through that, then run your bolts through, and then install the last 2 bolts. The other 4 or 2 bolts are already, no, I believe it's 4. The other 4 bolts are already installed. So I don't have that drill. So this is an FYI. You need a drill. You need a nice drill to get that, and the drill bit to get that last 2 bolts installed. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hang this exhaust back up, move the bike, get this car moved out of here, probably go wash it because it's funny how it's not moved yet it's collected so much dust. Plus it hasn't run, so in order to keep the seals and everything intact, gaskets and whatnot, I'll run it. So I'm gonna get this moved out, clean the garage floor, and I'm gonna pull that one in. That's the Crown Vic. Get that pulled in. I'm gonna pull it in backwards, get it jacked up, and get it set up for tomorrow, where I'll go ahead and remove the ball joints, upper and lower, and get those replaced and put back on. I'll leave the car up on jacks for a few more days because I also have some connecting rod bearings coming in, so I'll be lifting the engine up a little bit, getting that jacked up so I can get that oil pan removed. Remove that oil pan, get those brand new connecting rod bearings put in. I'll also change obviously the gasket, as well as the I'm gonna change the transmission fluid and filter as well. Next to that, you see the van. The van has a center link, 2 tie rod ends, and a inner tie rod end that should be shipped here sometime this weekend. So I'll be placing that on the van to give it that nice, tight, responsive steering that it needs. With regards to this, I think I'll just take this for an old ride tonight. I'll make another video about it. I don't know what I want to do about this basket. It's really not manly. I don't really need it. It looks kind of cool, but I think it'd look better without it. But it's not my bike, so I'm gonna just leave everything exactly the way it is. I gotta find something to do with this stuff. This is old transmission fluid. Transmission fluid that obviously had sludge of some sort in it, because you can see that this is, yeah, that's pretty bad. I don't know what that is and why that gooped up like that. Usually transmission fluid doesn't do that, but apparently there was some sludge either in the oil or the transmission fluid, either or. I need to get rid of that. And I'm going to rearrange everything. I know you see that there's no plate. That plate happens to be on the van. It's expired, so it's dangerous for anyone regardless whose car it's on, but I had to put something on it so they didn't tow it since it sits outside. So I'll put the plate back on this and get it up and running. Now I'm losing a good 2.5 feet with these boxes here, and there's no room. Maybe there's a little room. I'm kind of lazy though. But anyway, I'll need to situate everything in here so that I can get things done. I've got a lot of parts coming in to get those two vehicles out there up and running ASAP, because obviously I have what I believe is 1,100 miles from here back to Indy, and I've done absolutely no maintenance on the Crown Vic. None. I mean none since February, early February of this year. Not an oil change, nothing. So obviously this is a bad situation if I want to keep the car running, and even more so if I want to get it back home. The van is A1. It just needs that center link and those parts that I already mentioned. So without further ado, let me get to cleaning this shit up. And hell, I'll even make a couple videos on what I'm doing and how I get it done with the minimal amount of tools, because I don't have my full tool kit here. All of that's back in Indy, but I've bought a few tools here. Got a really nice jack now. See if you can see that. I got that at Harbor Freight. It's the low profile rapid pump floor jack, and I think I spent $100 on that. These jack stands are my sister's. I don't know what she spent on those, but I'll be using them. And yeah, it's enough talk. Let me get on ahead and get to it, alright?